on the importance of the glaciers. They are vital for freshwater resource and climate stabilizer, which plays a critical role in sustaining life. That our planet is warming. I don't believe that there is anyone skeptical about it any longer. It is evident that the changes that we continue to see, with the implications on how humans and the population and ecosystems are impacted in terms of the availability of water, in terms of energy production, and we have seen also constant and severe disasters throughout. So collectively, we need to take action. We need to take action to reduce global warming, to reduce the melting of the glaciers, and we need to take action to continue to preserve our forests. In the world where climate is rapidly changing, the rainfall patterns are becoming unpredictable. Rains, the seasons becoming shorter, while we continue to see an intensity of storm that is increasing. Our survival is highly dependent on how accurate we can predict and act early. Therefore, early warning systems are vital if we are to adapt and also to mitigate the consequences of climate change. There are, therefore, need for all of us to do our best to ensure that at a country level, the early warning systems are robust and can allow us to predict in time. I've been asked to reflect on the theme of this year. As we commemorate this International Day here in Uganda, under the theme, as you can see, of this particular year. I would like to reflect on, first, on the critical link between water resources and resilience. Water management is key in enhancing resilience, particularly in face of climate change. Access to clean, sustainable water resource is not just a basic need, but a key component of building resilient communities. In Uganda, some areas we know that are facing challenges in terms of water availability. Places like Karamoja and throughout the northern part continue to face some scarcity throughout, while you know that we have other areas where we still have abundant water, but with serious limitation in terms of its access. So we must do more to ensure that water availability for everyone to meet their demand is part of our action. FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, we continue to support the government of Uganda in establishing more than 200 water facilities in the last years to ensure that the household, the communities, at the community level, we provide the water not only for domestic consumption, but water for agriculture as well. The second reflection has to do with the need for innovative and inclusive solutions when it comes to water for environmental management. Water is a finite resource. It is, therefore, requires innovative solutions to ensure equitable and inclusive access. There is a need for more collaboration between government, the private sector, local communities, and also in a participatory development approach to scale some of these innovations for an efficient mobilization of water resource, but also to ensure that water is available for not only for agricultural production, but also for other needs at the community level. We have been working together with the Ministry of Water and Environment, as well as the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, to ensure that we reduce the cost of irrigation schemes and ensure that it can be scaled to an affordable cost to all Ugandans in the rural setting. The third aspect that I would like to reflect with you is water as an environment as driver of sustainable development. It is clear that the Uganda economy is linked to the environment. Most of the productive sector rely on its natural resource. I give you the example of agriculture, where the majority of Uganda is dependent, and we see that largely is depending on the rain-fed systems. So efficient management of water resource and environmental conservation can therefore be the economic development driver through an increased production, but also provide source of jobs in the rural setting. Sustainable harvesting and utilization of water in rural setting, it is of paramount importance. The fourth point is on how can we integrate climate action and water management policies. We strongly believe that there is a need for us to continue to advocate the integration of climate adaptation and mitigation into water management policies. The impact of climate change and water availability and quality is profound, and it is essential that water policies reflect these challenges. We continue to encourage that to a forward-thinking approach that builds on climate resilience through better water governance and also ecosystem protection. My last point, just bear with me, is on the role of education and also awareness to building a sustainable future. We strongly believe that the importance of education and the advocacy for promoting sustainable water and environmental practice, it is paramount and clear. Building public awareness, bringing knowledge about the need of water conservation, waste management, environmental protection, forest conservation, can drive positive behavior change that have a long-lasting impact and a long-lasting effect in Uganda. Public and community involvement in the decision-making process ensures more than sustainable outcome. So, friends, colleagues, as we conclude this important week that is so well organized under the leadership of Dr. Okidi and Dr. Kallist, I've been lucky enough to attend 7 of the 8 since I've been here in Uganda. And I must tell all of you that indeed is a beautiful week, an important week that collectively we continue to celebrate and commemorate all these 3 important days that are important for our survival. I see water, forest, and climate at 3 important threads that we use to weave our future, and it's 3 important threads on the tapestry of our lives that we need to do more for us, but also for future generation. As I get ready to exit this country, as my days are numbered, and I would like to wish you continued success in organizing this important week, and that brings awareness, but that also continue to celebrate life and continue to celebrate water, continues to celebrate an endowed nature of this beautiful country. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Antonio. 7 out of 8 water weeks. Aren't you going to miss them? Because we are not stopping. We are moving ahead, and we'll keep you, you'll join online wherever you will be. Thank you very much. Now we want to do some bit of, we want to bring in some other angle of excitement by awarding a number of people, some exhibitors, and also launching some key sector documents. For those with the sector documents, the dummies, I hope you are not too far from where I am standing, but we'll start with the awards. Mr. PS, Dr. Okidi, you will come in to also guide us when we come to a certain stage when we are awarding. Chris, do you want to start with the young people, or you want to start with the exiting people?
No. They are not exiting, actually. And I think they are giving themselves just a break so they can allow the youth and the young persons to take on the matter.
Okay, so I go ahead with these ones.
Let's begin with the young ones.
With the young people.
And then maybe after we shall celebrate the experience that the older persons have been able to live with us.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. So we shall begin with the youth debates, a public speech competition. Let me just stay right here. So I think I'll just go straight into reading the award, or rather the overall winners for the public speech university category. As Dr. Kalesta come through, just a bit of communication. I would love to invite an overseer for this particular category of young persons, the good and combative Edwin Mumza. Thank you very much. A word or two, and then we shall proceed.
Thank you so much, moderator, our dear chief guest, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edwin Humza. I am the team leader at Youth Go Green, but also the chairperson of the youth subcommittee of the National Organizing Committee of the Uganda Water and Environment Week. Our dear chief guest, we are pleased to have you this afternoon. The concept of bringing young people on board started way back in 2018. And with the courtesy of the Ministry of Water and Environment, giving the young people an opportunity to deliberate on issues that shape policy around water, environment, and climate change. So the concept of the youth debate has been one of the best activities that the national, that the Uganda Water and Environment Week has realized. We have had regional engagements, and through the regional youth debates, every region has got a number of universities and schools participating in the regional youth debates that have culminated to the national youth debate tournament. So ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the Ministry of Water and Environment, particularly the Ministry of Water, the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Water and Environment, for empowering and giving the young people an opportunity to support all the processes and efforts in fighting the adverse effects of climate change. So the youth debate tournament is a great opportunity for us to deliberate on supporting the government efforts. So without much ado, I want to hand over to the moderator to continue with this. We have got regional youth debaters who have won under the category of university, but also the secondary schools at national level. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So I would want to hand over this to you. Okay. Come again?
Can you stay right here?
Okay.
Mr. Edwin Muhumza will stay with me as we go through this particular one. I love the fact and the thrust that he and the team are able to come up with. The ability to debate issues is one of the most critical dynamics that ought to change, especially when it comes to how we can bend the arc of development and transformation of a country. It's inspiring to see that you are leading a group of young persons to begin to articulate the issues that need to be questioned, the issues that need to be explained. It will be very inspiring still when 5 years from now, when many of them take on the mantle, political offices and government positions, that some of these issues regarding water, environment, and the challenges of climate change will be well articulated. So allow me mention that the public speech university category winner is none other than Makerere University. All right, Makerere University. Okay. The winner for the public speech secondary category, Maryhill High School. Okay. I'll allow for this particular one, the youth debates university category and the youth debate secondary category to be announced by the man himself.
Okay. Thank you so much, moderator, and I'm pleased to announce that Bishop Stewart University was the overall winner of the National Youth Debate category at the university. So can we have all the winners please come over? And of course, under the secondary category, we had the overall winner for the National Youth Debate Tournament, secondary schools category, the only school, entire school. So thank you so much. Congratulations. So can we have our winners come through to receive the awards? So ladies and gentlemen, we would want to take the honor to invite you, Honorable Minister, to officially hand over the awards to the young people. And we request you, PS, and Your Excellency, Mr. Corrido, to join the Honorable Minister and the PS to take on this exercise. Also, the Deputy Resident Representative, UNDP, we really want to request you to join us here on the high table to award and support and award the youth. So in the awards exercise, Honorable Minister, we are going to start with the public speech competition university category, and I would want that Makerere University is awarded first. So Makerere University, please just step forward. Makerere University, please step forward. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Makerere, oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that. Yeah, for the debate. Okay.
More music on trendybeats.com.
Okay. So thank you very, very much. The second awardee is public speech secondary schools category, and this is Maryhill High School. Thank you so much. Thank you, the girls. They came along with their patron. Thank you so much. Thank you, Maryhill. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, Honorable Minister, under the debates category, secondary schools, entire school should be awarded. Thank you so much. This is a youth debate. The overall winner of the National Youth Debate Tournament, entire school, please come and receive your award. Yes, and Honorable Minister, we want to inform you that our winners are empowered with a token of appreciation of $500,000 to support their. Yes, thank you very, very much. Thank you so much, Ntare School. Congratulations. Yes, and the final one, the overall winner, once again, Honorable Minister, for the university category youth debates, Bishop Stewart University. So can we have Bishop Stewart University? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Congratulations on this. And of course, Bishop Stewart also will receive a cash prize of $500,000 as well. The dummy check is being, yes. Yes, can we have the one for Bishop's, yes. Ntare, I think we are given what doesn't belong to you. Please return it.
Please come back.
Come back for your rightful, yes. Yes, sorry about that. Yes, so Ntare School, congratulations, there you go. So they have a cash prize of $500,000 and big congratulations. Yes. So thank you, Honorable Minister. We appreciate you, the PS, Your Excellency. Okay. Thank you so much, and this marks the end of this session. Thank you. Over to you.
Let us applaud again our young people.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Honorable Minister, we still have some other awards. Okay.
So let's have a group photo. Our winners, please just come closer once again, and we have a very wonderful group photo.
Yes. For the debater we have done. I think I'll start from the photo. Yeah. Some smiles. Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our young people, and thank you for keeping the fire burning. These schools some of them have been participating in all the water weeks. They say you sound the drum, so do. Now we go to the next awards. We'll start with our exhibitors. Honorable Minister, the place down there is full. 26 exhibitors, and they all exhibited. They were very serious. But out of the 26, there was the organizing team chose 3. And we'll start with the second runners-up. Second runners-up is Buganda Kingdom. Do we have Buganda Kingdom in the room? Buganda Kingdom, thank you very much. Buganda Kingdom, the exhibition described nature in mind around collaboration. Nature in Mind for the Youth, an environment initiative representing Buganda Kingdom in driving environmental sustainability. The Buganda Kingdom, as we all know, is deeply rooted in environmental stewardship and continues to support initiatives that preserve our natural resources. So let's celebrate their commitment to a sustainable future. Thank you very much, Buganda Kingdom. Thank you for exhibiting, and thank you for participating in the 8th Water and Environment Week, and also thank you for the pre-event in Sisa sub-county. The first runners-up is HSC Technic. HSC Technic, Mr. Julius. And the team exhibition was around water treatment, groundwater with high iron and manganese. They've developed a new water treatment system that uses advanced methods for removal of iron, manganese, and heavy metals. So what is new with this particular system? No need for a cesspool emptier, no need for specialized operator, the water bill reduction in excess of 30%, lagoons, gulpers, and no smelly neighborhood. So for those that visited their exhibition stall, I think it was wonderful. And the explanations, Honorable Minister, they were explaining deeply what the whole system was about. Our winner that exhibited and exhibited and exhibited is the Appropriate Technology Center. The Appropriate Technology Center, Honorable Minister, exhibited many nice things. The plastic crusher, the fiber extractor, den houses made out of waste, crafts from banana fiber and buvera, low-cost water abstraction pump, sanitary pads from banana fiber, fuel recovered from plastic waste, biogas. They really exhibited. Thank you very much, Appropriate Technology Center, for that. Honorable Minister, the Appropriate Technology Center is a center in the Ministry of Water and Environment. Yes. The next award, thank you very much, appreciation to the Workers Association of Uganda. The workers, please come up and receive your award. 317 kilometers from Bulisa. They walked. And they walk like that, Honorable Minister. They actually walk like that. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our workers. And it's a big team, Honorable Minister. Yes, so these are representing the Workers Association. And as explained in the documentary and the summary, every step, every district, they would plant trees, they would meet people, and I think on one Sunday they even joined a church service. So thank you very much to our Workers Association of Uganda. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our next awards go to the best young presenters. Honorable Minister, as you heard, many activities, presentations in all the rooms. This ministry was full. They opened their doors to all of us to come and meet here and learn. So our best young presenter in the male category is Mr. Kevin Hansen Asingwire. Mr. Kevin, I missed that session, but I hope there is a recording of it, because it's good to see what made you the best male presenter for this waterway. Kevin, thank you very much for excelling. And the best female, let's finish with the male. Kevin Hansen Asingwire, thank you very much. And the best female young presenter is Miss Alwango Grace. Whatever strokes you did and tactics, and thank you very much for excelling as the best young presenter in the female category. Grace Alwango, thank you very much. And you can imagine with that smile, I'm very sure the presentations were excellent. Thank you, Grace. Congratulations. Congratulations. We would also like the next award goes to our own, appreciating him for the great leadership, for pushing us, not to the wall, but for pushing us to excel, to do things differently, to be innovative, to be creative, and that is our permanent secretary, Dr. Alfred Okot Okidi. Thank you very much, PS, for providing us with the kind of leadership that has really pushed us to be creative and to make the Water Week a different week for all of us and something to look forward to. We don't take that for granted. Our next award goes to Honorable Minister of State for Water, Honorable Aisha Sekindi. Mr. PS, we request that you receive it. I hope that is good protocol or proper protocol to receive it on behalf of the Honorable Minister. And our last award goes to our chief guest. Yes. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. We don't take that for granted. Thank you very much for coming. By virtue of the fact that you are here is enough to give us the courage, the motivation to continue. Presence alone is rewarded. Thank you very much for... Yes, it does. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for coming to grace the closing of the 8th Water and Environment Week. As I said, we don't take that for granted. You have a busy program, but you are here with us to celebrate the closing of the Water Week. So we thank you very much.
All right, a round of applause to all the winners. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. A celebration of effort, a celebration of great performance is worth it. And we do appreciate the fact that you have taken time to stay with us all through. It's always a good idea when we... Oh, okay. All right. Great. For each one of us that has the plaque and the award, the gentleman right here has the boxes in which those awards and the plaques can be placed. Please ensure that you approach him. That is something we shall be doing shortly. Bring that one here. Can I have a box? Something just for purposes of every plaque awarded came in its very special casement, so please ensure that you don't move with the plaques as they are, because they're very fragile, and these you must be able to take home in a very comfortable way. So the gentleman right here with me will be able to do that for you. He has them here with us. Thank you. Right now, we shall go on to the presentation of the sector documents. This particular exercise, as you see, is also pertinent, part and parcel, and does represent a fundamental aspect of this particular water week. Please, photographers, ensure that the very best shots come through. I know those ones won't take orders about smiling or positioning. Ensure that you're the ones to come into line with exactly the positioning. Okay.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, the sector survives on documents, policies, guidelines, strategies to guide the implementation of our plans. So without these documents, it's very hard to know exactly what we are doing, how we are doing it, and whether it is contributing to the development of our country. So this particular Water Week closing event, we are launching 3 documents, 3 sector documents that have been developed in the ministry with support from different partners. And Mr. PS, through you, kindly guide the guest of honor to come up here and support the launch. The first sector document is the Resource Mobilization Strategy for the Water Resources Institute of the Ministry of Water and Environment. Anyway.
Oh, that is a well-planned signature.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, the Water Resources Institute is the engine that organizes this Water Week, and it is an institute in the Ministry of Water and Environment. The second sector document, Honorable Minister, is the Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Indicator Monitoring Guide. And this is the framework to support measuring progress in water, sanitation and hygiene services in Uganda. This is a very important document. It has the indicators. We are supposed to deliver Sustainable Development Goal number 6.2, and that is the 6.1 and 6.2, and that is the guide that has all those indicators that will show us whether we are making progress or not, whether we are achieving what we set out to do or not. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And the third sector document, Honorable Minister, is the Water and Environment. It's the Water and Environment Research Agenda for Uganda. Honorable Minister, we don't want to make mistakes. We want to generate evidence that is guided by a document that provides the different ways we are supposed to do research, so that we don't just do research for the sake of it. We have a research agenda that gives us and provides us with that guidance. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you very, very much. We'll have a photo moment.
And of course, other signatures.
And Honorable Minister, these are dummies, but the actual documents are available.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for that session. Please, the delegates, officials on the very first row, ensure that you're part of this.
The development partners, Other development partners, please join and support the launch and signing of these documents. You know yourselves. Honorable Silas, I have seen you. Can you come and sign? Thank you for coming. Thank you very much for coming. Honorable Cyrus Aogon is the chairperson of the Uganda Parliamentarians Forum for WASH. Kindly sign of the sector documents. We're happy to see you. Professor Chigundu, I think your signature would do us very well on this research agenda, especially.
All right. Professor
Chigundu,
come forth.
Kaida
Thank
from
you.
the University of North Carolina, the research agenda. I think your signature will do us good. Please.
And if I were one of the students, I would ensure that mine too, at least one, so that 5, 8 years from now, as you are marshalling the policy making in the ministry, you can show that you signed the policy documents at a certain point in time. Just one can do. That gesture is a demonstration of support, a demonstration of the confidence that you have in the sector documents and the fact that the ministry and all attendant technocrats are able to move things forward in a very linear way. There we are. Sorry.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can we give ourselves a very loud?
All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Great. Okay. All right, gentlemen and ladies, let some of us stay right there. I think another photo op is required. Photographers, please issue some directives on where the Honorable Minister, the Permanent Secretary, and the members of the diplomatic corps will stand. Up. Oh. I think the rest of us will be up. Thank you, ma'am. Great. Honorable will maintain an oversight role, looking over the rest, or, okay? Great. Please ensure the moderator is out of that shot.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable
Thank you
Minister.
very much,
PS.
Honorable Minister, Permanent Secretary, and members of the diplomatic corps for that very, very elaborate expression of confidence in the sector documents that you have just launched this evening. Right about now, allow me invite Dr. Katja Cash Boomer to speak to us. She is the head of the Austrian Development Cooperation Office here in the country. Doctor, please come forth. As the good doctor comes, please welcome her the typical Ugandan style.
The guest of honor, Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nankabira, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Water and Environment, Mr. Alfred Okidi, the country representative of FAO, Dr. Antonio Carrido, the Deputy Country Representative of UNDP, fellow development partners, honorable members of Parliament present, all government officials in your respective capacities, representatives from civil society and the private sector, the media, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and pleasure for me to be here today to make these remarks at the closing ceremony of the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week. I would like to start by thanking the Ministry of Water and Environment for the commendable work it has been doing in the water and environment sector. The Ministry's tireless efforts are evident in its progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals, particular SDG 6, which focuses on availability and sustainability of water and sanitation for all. We commend the Ministry for its steady progress in expanding the access to safe water, with a coverage in rural areas improving from 65% to 69%, and in urban areas from 71% to 79%. I would also like to highlight the unwavering commitment of the European Union and its member states to Uganda's water and environment sector. Since 2002, over 5 million people have gained access to improved wash services through initiatives funded by the EU and the EU member states. Furthermore, as we close this remarkable week, we also take the opportunity to celebrate the World Water Day, observed annually on March 22nd. This year's theme is glacier preservation, which is important for Austria and for Uganda, since we both have glaciers in our wonderful countries. The glaciers on Mountain Rwenzori are rapidly retreating due to climate change, affecting the livelihoods of communities living in the region. The interconnectedness of water, health, agriculture, energy, and ecosystems is crucial. It calls for an integrated approach to tackle the growing water crisis and to build a more resilient and a more peaceful future. As we celebrate the progress made, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the graduation ceremony of the 4th cohort of the students of the Mentorship, Internship and Placement Program of the Ministry of Water and Environment and UNHCR, supported by Austria. These dedicated individuals were deployed in refugee settlements for 12 months, gaining practical wash and climate resilience skills. They also faced and overcame challenges such as language barriers and frequent pipe leakages, proving their resilience and commitment to improving lives. Their efforts reflect the importance of equipping young professionals with the skills needed to address water and environmental challenges in vulnerable communities. As I said, the program was supported by Austria through UNHCR and its partner organizations that work in the refugee settlements. We're grateful for the good partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of this Uganda Water Week is water and environment resources for enhanced resilience and improved incomes and livelihoods. And this is really of global significance. In my understanding, the theme can be broken down into two key areas. Number one, that's resource resilience. It's the sustainability and conservation of lakes and rivers for future generations. And number two, it's people's resilience, the sustainability of human livelihoods, animals, and the land we live on. As has already been explained in this gathering, resilience refers to the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficulties or challenging situations. It describes how societies, people, and the environment bounce back after disruption. The question we must ask ourselves is, how resilient are people and how resilient are our water resources? How prepared are the Ugandan people's incomes and livelihoods to withstand the growing threats of droughts, floods, and climate change? In Uganda, where 68% of the working population is employed in agriculture, the slow adoption of irrigation systems remains a key challenge in promoting climate resilience. Rising temperatures are stressing crops, and rapid flooding is displacing communities, as we have seen in Bududa. How do we ensure that our water bodies remain resilient against these extreme weather changes? How do we safeguard livelihoods in a country where access to clean water stands at only 69% in rural areas? As we close today, these are the pressing questions we need to address. Do we have an indicator that measures how resilient people are to climate change? And if we do have this climate resilience indicator, how will our interventions strengthen people's resilience to climate change, starting from the community level? There certainly have been some strides to improve climate resilience. A shining example, for example, is the one of Madame Twesige Tusingwine. She is a mother of 5 from Rampara district. Her life has been transformed through climate adaptation initiatives. Before the intervention, she endured long, exhausting walks down the valley to fetch water, a burden that consumed time and energy. With support from an NGO, her community embraced climate-smart solutions, including rainwater harvesting and resilient agricultural practices. Her family now benefits from 2 10,000-liter climate-proof water tanks, one for household use and the other for micro-irrigation. This has enabled them to grow vegetables, even in dry seasons, securing both food and income. Additionally, improved sanitation and hygiene practices have enhanced their well-being. Her story exemplifies how targeted interventions can empower communities to build resilience, ensuring sustainable water access and food security amidst climate change. As Austria, we remain committed to supporting Uganda's water and environment sector. Our cooperation strategy is evolving, with discussions focusing on expanding towards a regional strategic perspective and a water energy nexus perspective. We believe that if these two strategies are effectively implemented, they will alleviate the impacts of climate change and improve livelihoods. Through a regional strategy, we seek to adopt a holistic approach to water resources management across national boundaries. This cross-border approach ensures that shared lakes and shared rivers are sustainably utilized while minimizing negative impacts on communities. Secondly, the water energy nexus approach examines how water and energy resources interact, how we use water for energy production, and how energy impacts water availability for drinking, sanitation, and agriculture. Integrating all these perspectives is essential for climate resilience and sustainable development. In addition to these strategies, water governance in Uganda requires further strengthening. The institutional capacity of water authorities must be enhanced to improve sustainable water resource management. In the rural water sector, the institutional capacity of umbrella organizations remains a priority for us. Austria is committed to supporting the Ministry of Water and Environment and the Government of Uganda in managing the country's limited water resources more effectively. As I speak, Austria is supporting ongoing projects in the sector, and we remain dedicated to continuing our collaboration to build climate resilience, to improve water access for all Ugandans. Let me conclude by expressing my sincere appreciation to the Ministry of Water and Environment, to all the development partners, and everyone who contributed to making this event a success. Your dedication to sustainable water management, to climate resilience, and to improved livelihoods is truly commendable and much needed to make a difference. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Katja. Thank you so much, and thank you for confirming commitment from the Austrian government to continue supporting government of Uganda and specifically the Ministry of Water and Environment. I'd like to take this opportunity now to invite the Deputy Resident Country Director of UNDP to come and share some remarks with us. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a little intimidated by the fact that I'm standing before the guest speaker and, of course, your cocktail at the end of a very long week, but I will promise not to keep you very long. Let me first, of course, recognize the guest of honor, Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, PS, who is shepherded and managed this excellent event. My colleague from FAO, head of the Austrian Development Corporation, honorable ministers who may be present, members of parliament who are present, government officials, development partners, other UN agencies, private sector representatives, civil society representatives, representatives from universities and schools who we saw a bit earlier, distinguished guests all. Good afternoon again. It is an honor to stand before you today as we conclude the Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025, the 8th edition, which is indeed something to celebrate. I bring you warm greetings from the UNDP resident representative, Ms. Wani Wede Obahor, who is also sends her greetings in her capacity also as a resident representative for the UN Capital Development Fund, UNCDF. who unfortunately has prior commitments and could not be here today, but sends her appreciation and best wishes for a successful conclusion to this very important event. Over the past 4 days, and I said 5 days, I understand there have been enriching and discussions, shared valuable insights, and reaffirmation of the collective commitment to sustainable water and environmental resource management. I confess I have not been here for those previous days, but I know my colleagues from UNDP have participated at different stages. Again, I commend the government of Uganda and all partners for successfully convening such an event. This year's theme, Rethinking Water and Environment Resources for Enhanced Resilience and Improved Incomes and Livelihoods, has underscored the urgency of safeguarding Uganda's natural resources while ensuring sustainable economic development and community resilience. As we reflect on the deliberations from the week, one message stands out clearly. Uganda's rich ecosystems, including wetlands, forests, and freshwater bodies, are critical to the nation's social and economic well-being. These natural resources support agriculture, biodiversity conservation, climate resilience, and livelihoods for millions of people. However, they remain under severe pressure from unsustainable human activities, as well as, of course, as we've heard, climate change. Throughout this week, I'm tempted to say we, but honestly you, have explored innovative solutions, best practices, and actionable strategies to address these challenges. UNDP is proud to be a steadfast partner in Uganda's journey towards a more sustainable and resilient future, and hence our pleasure to be support and be associated with this event. In partnership with the Ministry of Water and Environment and the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, UNDP has supported 24 districts in advancing sustainable environmental management. Financed by the Government of Austria, as you've heard from our colleague from the Austrian Development Corporation, and Green Climate Fund, UNDP and the Government of Uganda have implemented the restoration of wetlands and associated catchments in 24 districts, and supported communities with alternative and sustainable enterprises. These have benefited over 22,300 households, enhanced agricultural productivity, and increased community resilience to climate shocks. In Karamoja, through the IPSA, which is the India, Brazil, and South Africa funded Karamoja Greenbelt's women-led large-scale farming of cereals, legumes, and oilseeds project, and you would not be surprised if we just call it the IPSA project for short. We have empowered 364 women-led cooperative members with skills in value chain management and market access, leading to the cultivation of 842 acres of diversified agricultural production and training of 1,439 farmers in climate-smart agriculture. Beyond these targeted interventions, UNDP has been at the forefront of broader environmental and natural resource management initiatives such as the Climate Promise, which scales up action at the national and subnational levels through supporting the NDC, National Determined Contributions, development and review process, and facilitates the development of innovative climate financing solutions such as green bonds and carbon trading. The Biodiversity Finance Initiative, or BioFin, which mobilizes innovative financing solutions for biodiversity conservation, such as payment for ecosystem services and financing for nature-based tourism. And also the Risk Finance Facility, which strengthens resilience through risk insurance for agriculture, targeting smallholder farmers, which are the most vulnerable, as we know, to climate shocks. On behalf of the UNCDF, I do also want to note their presence here since 1982. And the UNCDF is a unique agency in the context of the UN, as it's a hybrid of both a development and financing organization. It has worked to mobilize and de-risk climate financing, which we know is a major issue for developing countries, And I know it is work in the locale facility in partnership with the Ministry of Water and Environment and the Ministry of Finance Planning and Economic Development, as well as the Ministry of Local Government, to channel international domestic finance for climate resilience. I would be remiss not to mention my sister agency. So, while significant progress, as we've heard and seen, has been made in restoring degraded ecosystems, promoting sustainable land management, and strengthening climate resilience, persistent challenges remain. Inadequate funding, competing land use demands, and deeply rooted sociocultural practices continue to hinder large-scale restoration efforts. Addressing these complexities requires sustained investment, innovative financing mechanisms, and inclusive approaches that engage communities as stewards of their natural resources. So as we conclude this week, we're asking that we seize the opportunities to leverage innovation, science, and technology to advance sustainable solutions. And from the presentations we've seen in terms of the awards and the displays, that clearly is happening. Promote nature-based solutions to enhance resilience. Strengthen public-private partnerships to mobilize resources for conservation. And encourage community-driven conservation initiatives to ensure local ownership and sustainability. Again, on behalf of UNDP and the resident representative, I commend the government of Uganda for its steadfast commitment to environmental conservation, including initiatives such as the 10-year Plan of Action for Restoration of Environment and Natural Resources in Uganda, and community-led restoration efforts which have protected over 2 million hectares of natural ecosystems. And of course, we've seen the launch of the 3 strategies this afternoon. As we close Uganda Water and Environment Week, and let me be clear, I am not closing it. I know that is the prerogative of the Honourable Minister. Let us leave this auditorium with renewed determination to turn commitment into action. The future of Uganda's water and environmental resources depend on our sustained efforts, collaboration, and unwavering commitment. Again, on behalf of UNDP and the UNCDF, I extend our deepest gratitude to the government of Uganda, development partners, and all stakeholders for their dedication to safeguarding Uganda's natural resources. And let us continue to work together to build a greener, more prosperous and resilient Uganda. And finally, again, let me commend the Ministry of Water and the Environment under PS Kitty, and then your, I'm sure, very tired but very happy team for this wonderful effort. Thank you all very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you very, very much for your remarks. Very well received and appreciated. I'd like to take this opportunity now to invite the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Water and Environment, Dr. Alfred Okidi, to give his remarks, but also to give the remarks of the Honorable Minister of State, and then thereafter to invite our guest of honor to address us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. Our guests of honor, Honorable Dr. Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamu, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, the resident representative of UNDP represented by the Deputy RR Ian King, Head of Cooperation of Ocean Development Agency, Dr. Kacha, the Country Representative, Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, Dr. Antonio Corredo, Honorable Silas Agun, Chair, Development Partners, private sector and civil society organizations, the youth from schools, universities, and the young water professionals, government officials in your respective capacities, my very own from the Ministry of Water and Environment, the wonderful media, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to welcome you to the closing ceremony of the 8th Water and Environment Week that started on Monday 17th March 2025, and is ending today. Today doubles as a joint commemoration of World Water, Forestry, and Meteorological Days. In a special way, allow me to welcome and thank our guests of honor, Honorable Ruth Nankabirwa Sentamu, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, the Republic of Uganda, for accepting and honoring our invitation to officiate at this closing ceremony. She was well chosen and calibrated, and those of us who participate in the conference of parties and other meetings will attest to our commitment and energy. I can tell you in cross-sector or interministerial meetings, she's one of the shoulders we can ably and reliably lean on. And she has been a very consistent voice of support for our ministry in Cabinet. Thank you, Honorable. So your recognition is long overdue. Your presence here today is an indication of the value you attach to the issues related to water and environment issues. As you are aware, we have a common destiny. Your ministry, being in charge of energy and mineral development, is closely linked to our ministry. Hydropower relies on water resources, and hence, any actions that reduce the amount of water in our water bodies will have a big implication on hydropower production. This calls us to work jointly to ensure that the water and environment resources are conserved and protected to provide all the services. Our guests of honor, this week has been full of commemorative activities that included dialogues, panel discussions, technical presentations, applied training courses, field visits, and various side events. A lot of knowledge and information about water, environment, resources, and climate change and related resources have been shared. This will go a long way in guiding the sector, different actors, and stakeholders in managing these important resources. An event of this magnitude always has people work behind the scenes, day and night, to ensure it succeeds. It has been organized under the auspices of the Water Resources Institute, and there was also a national organizing committee chaired by Dr. Kalis Tindemogaya. Stand up and we clap for you. Assisted by Gwendolyn. Is she here? Must be around. Come and let everybody see you. Very, very active lady and very committed. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Together with the staff of the Water Resources Institute, staff from the ministry, and the various partners and organizations, I thank you all for a job well done. Further, the event required substantial resources, which the ministry alone could not raise. I wish to thank wholeheartedly all our partners and stakeholders that support this annual event, and request you to continue moving with us along this journey, and we call on other partners to join us. There are so many, I cannot enumerate them in the interest of time. Our guests of honor, I cannot forget all the other people who contributed to the success. The session chairpersons, keynote speakers, panelists, technical paper presenters, side event organizers, exhibitors, and support staff. Thank you all for your invaluable inputs. As already mentioned, Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025 is ending today with the celebrations of the 3 International Days of Forestry, Water, and Meteorology. We are celebrating them jointly, as we have done before, as they all fall under the Ministry of Water and Environment. The themes have been mentioned. For forests, we are looking at forest and food, and for water, we are looking at glacier preservation, while for meteorology, we are looking at closing the early warning gap together. And this highlights how important these three functions are, not just only for the ministry, but for the government and the people of Uganda. I wish to congratulate all those who contributed in all the other ways that I've not mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, through the activities of this week, it is evident that water and environment resources are critical for our very survival. This is why the Ministry of Water and Environment is doing everything in its power to ensure that they are managed and developed sustainably now and for the future. Our guest of honor this week has provided us an opportunity for us in the sector, our partners, and all the other actors to rethink our approaches and devise solutions to addressing the challenges we are faced with regarding water, environment, and climate change, while building on the outcomes and recommendations of the various global, regional, and national water and environment climate change related events. Let us join hands with the ministry, the partners, and all other stakeholders to ensure that these challenges are addressed squarely. I would like to, in a very special way, to thank the youth for your immense zeal and the active participation. Every year, we see more and more youth coming on board, and we also see the level of commitment going up. Our future and that of the upcoming generation are in our hands now, and therefore we need to act before it is too late. As I conclude, I wish to reiterate on behalf of the ministry that all the outcomes and recommendations of this event will be taken seriously as we push ahead with our agenda of ensuring that our water and environment resources are managed and developed sustainably so that they support the delivery of the wealth creation and the employment opportunities for the people of Uganda. Much as we need them now, our future generations need them as well. Allow me in a very special way to thank Dr. Antonio Guaido for the support that you have rendered to the Ministry of Water and Environment. You are one partner that will miss as a person, and we wish you well in your next engagement. The other countries are beckoning for you, but we shall be in touch, and we look forward to continued engagement with you. Guests of honor, allow me once more to thank you for accepting to preside over this closing ceremony of the Uganda Water and Environment Week and the commemoration of these 3 days. It is now my pleasure and privilege to invite you to come and address us and formally close the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025 for God and my country.
Thank you very much, PS. My brother, Honorable Silas, and other members of Parliament present, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Water and Environment, our dear development partners, FAO country representative, the Deputy Resident Representative, UNDP, our Head of Office, Austria Development Corporation, the private sector, civil society organizations, the government officials, staff of the Ministry of Water and Environment, our colleagues from the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. First of all, I want to thank the Minister of Water and Environment for his invitation, which came in early enough for me to book that day. I think the invitation came in beginning of February, I think. And I booked that day and I prayed that I make it. Thank you so much. And I understand that the minister is unwell. We continue to pray for his quick recovery. I was excited to come here because obviously we've been moving together with this ministry. But naturally, I am a tree grower. Business I started in 2003 when I was the Minister of State for Defense. And I also requested the Commander-in-Chief that when the country generally stabilizes, I wanted to use Uganda People's Defense Forces to cover. Hello? I thought power had gone. To cover all the bare hills in the country. So I love planting trees. I do it commercially, but I also love it, fruit trees. I love agriculture. I do it with passion. And generally speaking, I was excited to be part of the Water and Environment Week. I had planned to come early, but we had the AGM for Uganda National Oil Company this morning up to late afternoon, which was supposed to be held yesterday. But again, yesterday we had to be in Parliament to tussle out the issue of Umeme buyout amount, which is exciting people, causing anxiety for nothing. Umeme's concession was known that it will come to an end in the year 2025 by 31st of March. And we are in March, and we have prepared to receive Umeme, and we have recruited Umeme staff back into UEDCL. 95% of Umeme staff have been taken over by UEDCL. We are waiting for midnight of 31st of March for us to begin the transaction. UEDCL has already been given a license to operate in the former, it will be the former Umeme territory. What we've been lacking is that capex for UEDCL to behave like, or even better than how Umeme has been behaving, meaning that the capex will help UEDCL to be able to respond spontaneously at your needs. When a transformer has collapsed, UEDCL will be able to replace it. So we needed that capex. I thought I should use this opportunity to explain to you because you are our customers. And I know that you are now experiencing some power outages because of the numerous upgrading that we are doing since Umeme is leaving. Gaba substation has been upgraded, and during the course of upgrading, we are not like a road where you put a diversion and you work on a pothole. For electricity infrastructure, I shut up, I close, I install a new gadget, and then open. For the road, you put a diversion and you continue riding or driving. But for us in the electricity sector, we have to make that consequential inconvenience because we have to work on the infrastructure. So on behalf of Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, I wanted to use this opportunity to give you this information so that you don't develop high blood pressure for nothing. We shall continue serving you. So thank you for this invitation. I appreciate, and thank you for the recognition which surprised me. I had to actually check on the picture which is on on the present, I didn't expect to receive any recognition. I think that is a appeal that has energized me more as we continue serving our country. Therefore, it's my honor and pleasure to officiate at the closing of the 8th Uganda Water and Environmental Week of 2025. I wish to thank you, my colleagues in absentia with whom we work. I've been working with Honorable Cheptoris, different conferences from Sharm el-Sheikh to UAE Abu Dhabi to Baku, Azerbaijan, in the ministry. This is a team that has been working together, and I want to thank them so much. I know that they are busy. They would have been here probably. I have been made to understand that this is the 8th consecutive year that your ministry is holding this event. And this consistency deserves a very big applause. I was excited when I was taken through what you have covered, the summary of the resolutions, the recommendations. I got excited, and I want to thank you so much. I want to congratulate the exhibitors. I want to congratulate the participants in the debates, the young people. You've reminded me of my old good days of Nabisunsa Girls School, where we used to participate in such debates and we could go back with money. I congratulate you, and please continue. I encourage you to continue participating. Therefore, PS and your team, you are on the right track. I want to thank you for the work and the coordination that you are doing. Thank you so much. And bringing this very wide cross-section of actors and stakeholders together to discuss issues affecting water and environment resources is no mean achievement. It involves a lot of planning, preparations, and of course, securing of adequate resources, which are not all easy to get, considering the situation that we are in. I want to pause and thank all those that have contributed towards the success of this 8th Water and Environment Week. Indeed, we cannot mention all of you, but I think the exhibition here indicates that all these have been partnering with you. I'm excited to see Uganda Electricity Generation Company being amongst those that are here. Indeed, like the PS said, water and electricity are one and the same. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been briefed about the theme of this 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025, and I really find it very well aligned to the current focus of Uganda, of the government of Uganda, which is improved incomes and livelihoods. Thus, whatever we do as government agencies and our stakeholders, we should all aim at improving the lives of our people. I want to thank the interventions that have been done. The lady that has been mentioned that benefited from Rwampara, whose life has changed. Thank you so much for that intervention. As a country, we can no longer afford to see a big section of Uganda in abject poverty. Government has come up with different interventions consistently up to today, when we are widening the financial inclusion by letting somebody who has never received $200 or $300 on her phone to receive it. People have been going to money lenders to borrow, 200,000 shillings. And you have to put a surety, either a bicycle or a saucepan or a mattress to get 200,000. But now people are testifying. We've put so far more than 3 trillion Ugandan shillings to the people. So financial inclusion will enhance socioeconomic transformation. So thank you so much for your interventions where you are adding on the efforts of government. This kind of partnership is well received, and I can only pledge more coordination and cooperation as a minister in this government. As you are all aware, water and environment resources are catalysts for socioeconomic development. They are not just the backbone of human survival, but also the engines of economic prosperity. Water affects all facets of economic growth and development and is key for the success of every sector. Water is also a key ingredient in industrialization, as production and manufacturing processes require clean water. Industrialization is our agenda. And without water, you cannot talk about industrialization. We are finalizing today the implementation agreement for the refinery, Mr. PS. The refinery that is going to refine 60,000 barrels of crude oil every day. And the development upstream is going on. We've been drilling. Total and Sinop are continuing to drill. And the outcomes so far are very exciting. We've not hit any air. The wells are promising. So the provision of water to the refinery and the industrial park is something that does not wait. After the signature on the implementation agreement for the refinery, these guys are going on the ground. I am putting pressure on them because Ugandans were told that first oil is expected in 2025. We did not put provisions for storage of crude oil. We have drilled the wells enough to generate first oil as I speak. We don't have to drill all the 426 wells for Total and 31 wells for Sinop. No, drilling will continue as we refine and export through the East African crude oil pipeline. So we have enough wells, but lack of refinery has pushed our first oil date to 2026, last quarter, provided the refinery will be in place. So we need water to run up the escarpment from Lake Albert. It's not going to be a simple thing, PS. When I don't hear my ministers talk about it in the cabinet, I get worried. So what is your plan for this? So we are together in this, Mr. PS. Please remind the ministers to finalize your plan for provision of this water. Otherwise, the developer of the refinery is demanding that we include this in our implementation agreement as we, as the UNOC, being the shareholder, to be the one to guarantee the availability of this water. On a selfish note, I wish to link the water and the environmental resources deeply to my ministry. My ministry is in charge of 3 dockets. I will not overemphasize power generation, hydropower where our national grid is powered majorly by renewables, renewable energy, clean energy. But in our generation mix, 80 plus, or about 84%, is hydro water, hydroelectricity. Therefore, Ministry of Water and the Environment, you will have to make sure that I have water running throughout so that I can generate, or so that I can maintain the 84% of our electricity in our electricity generation mix. We have aligned big projects, very big projects for hydropower production. 840 megawatts in Ayago, 400 megawatts Kiba, 392 megawatts in Oriong. All that is hydro electricity. And I have promised the country that by 2040, I want to see 52,481 megawatts generated to be able to support the standard gauge railway. The standard gauge railway is going to reduce emission, and we are talking about environment. This is the linkage. Standard gauge railway is going to reduce emission, but it will be powered by electricity. Chira Motors is continuing to manufacture electric cars. Last week, I commissioned the first electric vehicle charging station at Amber House. We are serious. The electric vehicles currently are tax-free. You know that the taxes on electricity, on cars, is almost half of the price of the car. So if the electric vehicles cost the real good one about $80,000. So $80,000, you know, without taxes. So me and UPS, we have to advocate for electric e-mobility together, because we are talking about saving environment together. So I wanted to really deeply link this Ministry of Water and Environment with my docket. When you talk about the effect of cutting down trees, almost 90% of Ugandans cook using either firewood or charcoal. So the onus is on me to make sure that I provide alternative means of cooking. And that's why you've been hearing me talk about clean cooking everywhere. And I am happy that the world is listening and they are helping us. We've established a clean cooking unit in my ministry with support of the 5 million euros that I got through the UK support, and we are continuing to subsidize clean cooking technologies. We've maintained exhibitions. There is one big exhibition that is pending at Parliament, where I would like members of Parliament to come and cook kwoni or atapa mulokoni using electric pressure cookers. We have demonstrated this in the palace in Buganda Kingdom, Ebulange, where we cooked matoke in these gadgets, and we served the matoke to the Deputy Katikiro. We enjoyed the mulokoni together, which we prepared. Aimingo di Kalo. So we have to, me and the UPS and your team, we have to work on the adaptation of our people. In this room, we still have people who believe that you cannot cook mlokoni and matoke using electricity. They still think that electricity is still expensive yet charcoal is more expensive than electricity these days. So we have to work on adaptation, we have to work on awareness, we have to cut the cultural bondages around cooking. We have to do this. So we are together in this. We know that water and environment resources are abundant. They are abundant. We see everywhere. When you go to Kenya, they envy us. One time I was a Minister of State for Fisheries, and they said in Uganda, we walk on water everywhere. That everywhere we walk on water. So we really have to make sure that we protect what we have. Access remains a challenge. Access to clean water remains a challenge. Abuse of clean water is also a challenge. People are extravagant. I feel bad to pass by a tap or a pipe that has broken and water is just going away. I feel we are wasteful, and I always call people. I take pictures, I call people, this place here, water is running, please. So we have to be efficient in our service delivery, both water and electricity. The PS, I think, mentioned our relationship in upstream development for the petroleum. Upstream, we need water. Midstream, we need water. In agriculture, we need to irrigate. The ATMs, critical areas. Modernized agriculture means value addition. Value addition through industrialization, cottage industries. Water is very critical. Tourism, the hotel industry. How do you enter a hotel and there is no water? Mineral development, we need water because we are now pursuing value addition seriously. No exportation of minerals unless they are processed. We no longer allow exportation of unprocessed minerals. Therefore, we have to be very careful. We are losing forest cover. I know you know the figures because you've been at it. We are losing forest cover. Agricultural land is expanding seriously. And emissions are increasing. Urbanization, we now have 6 cities. We no longer talk about Kampala. I watched somebody who said that now Kampala is linked to other cities, that as you move towards Kisoro, you just go through cities, towns, municipalities. Take Jinja Road and you see where Kampala ends. Urbanization. So please, great thinkers, you have to think about technology that will save us. And we have to harmonize our policies. Policies on building. We have to think about building going up. And we have to put access to liquefied petroleum gas. Those who are doing real estate, the real estate developers. Why should we continue seeing real estates which do not have a standpipe for gas for cooking? And you allow people to buy cylinders, you know, each one of them, yet somebody would be supplying, and houses must have those pipes installed. Time is now. It's as if we are waiting for another day. The environment has shown us its intolerance. We have suffered slides. We have lost people, floods. So the policies have to change to be aligned with the challenges that we are faced with. Those who are in agriculture, especially cattle keeping, I had something in Azerbaijan and I got worried. I attended a session on methane, that now cattle keeping is a source of emission because they emit methane. Omuntu wakoleki? Omuntu agoyingewa? When you say, I listened and I'm like, oh my God. I was figuring out what was taking place in Uganda. I'm a cattle keeper and I'm planning to go big, expand. So do we do zero grazing? How do you convince Omunyambarara to do zero grazing and then be able to collect? But I understand methane comes out as the animals throw out that gas that comes out. So we are faced with many challenges, and therefore people who think, those scientists whom the president fights for, by the way, when he talks about enhancing salary for scientists, this is what he means. They are supposed to innovate. We are looking at you for solutions. I've also been told that national wetlands coverage is also reducing. I think it's now has come to moving from 8.9 in 1994 to 15.6% as I speak now. So I have no doubt that the 7 days that you have spent here in this week, Water and Environment Week, that you've come with recommendations. First of all, you identified the challenges. You've been identifying them since week 1. This is the 8th one. I hope that you have evaluated the achievements from week 1, when you started, those challenges you identified and the recommendations. Have you gone through them and you've ticked, or more new challenges are coming on board? Ladies and gentlemen, all of us must take responsibility for the sustainable and equitable use of water and environment resources. We need to create partnerships and collaborations among government ministries and agencies, business, people, researchers, communities, to ensure access to resources for all and for everybody. I have hope that the outcome of this event will go a long way in shaping the planned practices of your ministry, other related ministries and stakeholders, and the country at large. I want to take this singular honor and privilege at this juncture to declare the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week 2025 closed. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Struggle continues. We either win or they lose. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Ruth Nakabirwa. Another round of applause as she takes her seat. What I know is that your speech has triggered a series of meetings, sessions that will begin in order to attend to the most critical and eternal issues that we are dealing with, especially in the water and electricity sector. I do believe the good Permanent Secretary, Mr. Okidi, your team, including Dr. Kalista, making his way there, is going to do the great job of ensuring that some of the solutions that should be innovated to tackle the challenges of our time are arrived at in the shortest possible time. Uganda needs them, we need them, in order to be on the same path of social economic transformation as many of those countries across the globe that are enjoying the same. That speech has effectively dropped the curtains on the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week, a series of events, discussions, sessions, and interactions that will shape the future of the country going forward. No doubt we look forward to the 9th edition. The fact that the 7 editions in the run-up to this 8th were successful as this one has been tells us the 9th edition is something that we are going to look forward to. Many thanks to Ms. Jen, my co-moderator. I am honored to have conducted the session with you. It's always a good idea and really, really inspirational to meet good people like you.
Thank you, Chris. Honorable Minister, we always cut cake to celebrate. So even now, we are going to cut cake. And PS, you will support kindly the Minister to cut our cake to close the 8th Water and Environment Week. And Honorable Minister, for every year, the size increases and the beauty also increases and the taste is up, it's out there. So, Honorable Minister, you will be guided by the PS to support cutting the cake. The best debaters, the 2 best debaters, please can you join the Honorable Minister and the Permanent Secretary to cut cake? Where are the 2 debaters, female, male? The debaters are shy. Rachel, can you support that process, please? And then you, what do we tell them to say? We'll start from 5. We'll start from 5. Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cake cut. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, and let the celebrations begin. Uganda Breweries Limited made a pledge in the morning. The top guy, the honcho, said their business is adult beverages. That is a technicality, but please enjoy the adult beverages. Water makes a grand. There is another process going on there. Please ensure that you sign on that platform. Those are some of the incidents that do make the event a landmark, especially going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this gentleman here, Dr. Kalista Chindimugaya.
Ladies and gentlemen, join me to thank our moderators. They have done a good job. Thank you very much. Let's also thank our Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, as she witnesses that activity there. Big applause to the Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, we do appreciate your speech has been inspirational, and we will continue working closely with your ministry. We have taken note of the advice you have given us, and we will address it. We also would like to recognize the presence of a number of members of Parliament. Honorable Cyrus Agon welcomed us at Parliament and made sure that the walkers were taken around. So, Honorable Cyrus, thank you very much for coming over. Let's clap for him as well. We want to thank our Permanent Secretary for all the guidance, all the support. Permanent Secretary, we want to thank you. Let's give you an applause as well. And all of you, our various partners. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda Water and Environment Week wouldn't have happened without the many partners. We have different categories of partners. As you can see here, GIZ, let's clap for GIZ. The German government has already supported us in a very, very big way. Austria Development Agency, we want to appreciate. Annually, we get your support. Grow Foundation, then, and Water for People, Water.org, IRC, Uganda Breweries, UNICEF, DFCU Bank, Post Bank, many other organizations, as you can see. I would like to request all the members of the organizing committee to stand up for appreciation. Honorable Minister, this event has happened because of the good work. Can you, all of you, stand up wherever you are? It's a very, very big team. Let's continue clapping for them. Indeed, it has happened because of them, and we want to thank you. We have a team from Makerere University, Honorable Minister, led by Professor Chigundu, that leads us in evaluating abstracts. Right now, government officials know how to prepare abstracts and papers. Thank you very much, Professor Chigundu, and your team. We really do appreciate, and we always have a right shop where people are taken through the writing. And of course, supported Dr. Rosmita, I don't know whether you are here, Stacy, and Gwendolyn. The technical committee led by Mr. Richard Musota. Richard Musota, can you stand up? This is the team that prepares the technical work, the papers, the dialogues, and all that shapes the agenda. And of course, the various heads of the committees, and last but not least, the Water Resources Institute team. Can I request Gwendolyn and your team stand up for a very big applause? They do a very good job. They really make sure that Uganda Water and Environment Week is ahead. Many of them are out there. And of course, our media, yes, you already mentioned that the media has given this event very wide coverage. We want to thank you. We had a media that has been going with the workers. And of course, the workers, thank you very much. And the gentlemen and ladies behind there that have made it possible for us to communicate. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. We have a cocktail for you to make sure that we celebrate this event. I know for the Muslims, probably it is almost time for you to break the fast. So thank you very much again. Honorable Minister is doing something. Okay.
The Honorable Minister is appreciating the Water Resources Institute, the technical team, the technical committee, the National Organizing Committee. So please don't feel shy. Go and pick cake from the Honorable Minister. It's not every day that we get that opportunity.
And those who would want to associate with the team, even if you were not part of them, but you want to associate with them, you can still get this opportunity to be served by the Honorable Minister.
Yes.
And of course, the leadership of the ministry. Honorable Minister also had our teams from the regions. So teams from the region take this advantage also to enjoy the cake served by the Honorable Minister. It's not common to be served by a minister. So again, let's enjoy the moment. Honorable Minister, we really want to appreciate. The Honorable Minister will serve the whole cake. So everybody who would want to get this opportunity, join in and enjoy the service of the Honorable Minister.
Please don't feel shy.
I was going.
Thank you very much. As the Minister continues to serve, George, the worker, The chief worker, can you please come up? The chief worker and the different organizations, we have an appreciation to Dr. Callist. To say thank you to Dr. Callist for providing the leadership. Mr. PS, Dr. Callist, you delegated well. So the workers and Water for People, Water Aid, IRC, USNet, and the WHO are saying thank you to Dr. Callist for the leadership, and Mr. PS, you, as I said, you delegated well, and we are saying thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Callist, for providing the leadership. Thank you.
Maybe, Honorable Minister, to just note, I've been around, I didn't know that there was something hidden somewhere. I was going away, they told me not to go, but I really want to appreciate the team. It's not common for people to appreciate you for what you do, but I'm happy that this event has gone on very, very well, and it's because of all of you, ladies and gentlemen. So, on behalf of the team, when we see the 8th Uganda Water and Environment Week ending like this, we go home with the energy. We are not yet tired, we will continue. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best.
All right, now that the cake is done, and we needed to settle in pretty well. How many of us haven't been, yeah, you need to get back to order. But at least that has worked pretty well on ensuring that your sugar level is back to normal, so you can withstand a bit of standing for a few minutes. So the team, please, let's follow through the protocols as we close. We begin with the South African anthem and then the national anthem.
Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The moderators say thank you, and don't forget, there is networking. Please ensure you make some friends so that when we go back, we can still maintain conversations, interactions, and as we prepare ourselves for next year.